Alright guys, so we're done with the first week of school, so we're gonna go watch a movie. We're gonna watch 47 Meters Down. I hate the first one, but let's give this one a chance. So let's go in. This movie's gonna suck so bad.
Enjoy the show at AMC.
Alright guys, so I saw 47 Meters Down Uncaged. I managed through another one of these movies, and how, I don't know. I really don't know. All that I know is that I had a hard time sitting through this movie. The movie's about like an hour and a half, but the movie felt like twice the length of Avengers Endgame, so the movie felt like it was going on forever. And where to begin with this movie? So I hate the first movie. I already told you guys I hate the first movie. Somehow this manages to be much worse than the first movie. It's like they just like hate. No, it's like they just hate making good movies with these movies. Like they just hate making a fun, enjoyable movie. They just work with whatever they got, and I don't even know where the pitch idea for like a second 47 Meters Down movie started. But since the first one was made on a $5 million budget and made over $60 million at the box office, then the sequel is supposed to happen, I guess, because it's just the way how it runs in the business in Hollywood. If your movie makes like 12 times more than its initial budget, then you're gonna get a sequel. And this movie doesn't feel like a sequel to 47 Meters Down. In fact, it just feels like any ordinary, cheap, generic shark movie that was meant to go straight to DVD, but then they saw potential in it as a 47 Meters Down movie, and I guess that's what they did. They just like got any shark movie that was supposed to go straight to DVD, and they just slapped 47 Meters Down on it, and it got a theatrical release, and I really don't know how. Oh my god. So the movie does follow different characters this time around, which I thought it kind of had potential to kind of like turn things around from everything that was so bad about the first movie. And I'm gonna spoil the first movie here, but remember how in the ending of the first movie, like none of it was real. Like the sharks were just like, they weren't there. It was only because the main characters were freaking out, the reason why they were seeing the sharks in the first movie. Which I thought was a interesting twist, but it didn't work for that movie, or at least they didn't make it work in that movie. Here, this movie doesn't even try to have any of those twists or turns. It's just a straight up, just a generic shark movie with, cheap CGI sharks and jump scares. The movie doesn't even attempt to go anywhere near that area. At least I'll give the first one credit for kind of like wanting to put that ending in the movie, even though I thought it was an awful ending. I'll give the movie credit for at least trying something with that ending. Here, it's just the same generic bullshit that I've seen. The characters, like, there's like, four or five different characters in this movie, and like the movie only makes you care for one of the characters. Like, all of the other characters are just like side characters, like, stereotypical teenage girls that are just doing stuff just for fun, and it's the reason why they end up in danger. And it doesn't click well. It just doesn't work. And like the whole reason why the movie even like goes on is because there's like a blind fish passing around by one of the girls, and then she like decides to go near it, and I kid you not, the fish screams, the fish yells. I've never heard of a fish that could scream. And then since the fish screamed, it causes for that girl to get scared and knock over all the things around her and trigger the sharks around her. And basically the concept with this movie is like blind zombie sharks, but they don't play with that. I mean, they play with the concept, but they play with it like in a very like lazy manner. Like it doesn't even feel like they're attempting to make a fun movie. It just feels like they're just throwing in like these zombie sharks there just so the characters could be more terrified. But the movie just like does nothing with those characters, if I'm being honest with you. And when all this like on-screen killing starts happening, where like the sharks like start murdering like the people, I honestly didn't care because the movie like did nothing to make me care about these characters to begin with. So why would I why would I care when they're in danger? Like, you know where I'm going with this? And the movie just has like awful writing. Let's just be clear with that. The movie, I felt like this movie was written by like a 10-year-old who's really into sharks and violence. And I think that's like the best way I could go with this movie. Like the best thing I could say about this movie. The movie just like, I don't know. Like the movie has like terrible pacing issues too. And the movie is not at all thrilling or suspenseful in any way. Like, honestly, if you view this as a comedy, then you're gonna get a kick out of this movie. But if you want to view it as a thriller or as a suspenseful movie or a horror movie, you're not going to get any of that because the movie was honestly, it was not thrilling in any way. It's just as cheap as a horror thriller could possibly get, and especially those cheap jump scares. That fish screaming was probably the cheapest jump scare I've seen in a movie in this entire year. Yeah, and also the actors are not that good. So again, it just feels like a VOD shark movie that somehow got a theatrical release with the name of 47 Meters Down Uncaged. And I think it's the best way I'll go with this movie. Like the best, I think this is the most I'll talk about this movie because I found this movie worse than the first movie, and I really don't know how it even topped that. And again, I hate the first movie. But anyways, let's get straight to it. 47 Meters Down Uncaged is complete bullshit. It's fucking awful. Don't watch this movie, and that's why I'm gonna give 47 Meters Down Uncaged an F. I think this is probably like the worst attempt I've seen in releasing a sequel all year as well. So that's my review for 47 Meters Down Uncaged. It's just a copy and paste shark movie that you could rent on Redbox out of nowhere. Uh, you're gonna see this movie at the $3 bin at Walmart in like 5 months. So yeah, don't watch this in theaters. If you want to watch it, I'm sure you'll get it for $3 at Walmart very soon. But anyways, if you guys seen 47 Meters Down in Cage, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.